Good evening YouTube and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be slightly different because instead of riding, I'm actually going to be packing my bike away. The reason that I'm packing it away is because in the morning, me and Sam are flying to Las Vegas for a week to film a How I See It video, but that's not all, because either side of doing that, we're going to have a bit of spare time to create some other edits and loads of other cool content. The bike I'm going to be using is the Green Bicycle Scope, which I've got mine painted in this cool mossy green camo-y effect, which is actually flaking off, but we won't look at that bit. Suspension, I'm using the Fox 36 831, 100mm, the Cashmere coating. Tyres and wheels, I've got the Schwalbe Thunderbird, which I love this tyre. It's super lightweight, it rolls really quick because of the tread pattern, and laced into the Halo Chaos rim with the Halo Wide Boy hub, I believe. I've got ODI, just long neck lock-on grips, because when I ride shows, if it's raining, the lock-ons are a godsend. Bars, I've got the Gusset S2 bars with the S2 stem combination, and they are 720mm wide with a 30mm stem, maybe, I'm not 100% sure, but it's the S2, it's sick. And I've got the gold Fox top cap to go with it, which is the cherry on the cake. Brake, Shimano Z, that's perfect. Well, I had an XTR, but the carbon fibre lever kept breaking, so I've resorted back to my old one, and there's no complaints with that. The seat that I'm using is the S2 saddle, which is sick because it's a pivotal, but the bolt is from the bottom, so there's no thing there, there's no clamps, no rails, it's all done from underneath, so it looks really tidy. And it's got these cool grippy bits on the side for bar spin, so that stops you slipping off the back. 32 tooth chainring on the front, which is Renthal, on Shimano Saint with Shimano Saint bottom bracket. KMC chain, which has got the hollow pins to save weight, and it looks cooler. I wouldn't use anything other than the Halo Chaos. I've run these rims for years, I've never had any problems. The hub sounds sick. And once again, the Schwalbe Thunderbird tyre on the back, which I actually need to put a new one on because this one is so bold. I don't know if you can see on here, but there's no tread. I'll try to find a good bit. There we are. Completely bold. Look at that, it's a slick basically. There we have it. That was a quick 2-minute bike check. If you would like one that's in more detail with some better shots, then I done one a couple of months ago, so just go find it on my channel. But for now, it's time for her to go in the bike bag. To get things started, I'm going to remove the handlebars and the stem together. And then once you've completed that, you're going to get yourself an old stem. Could be one of your old ones, as long as it fits, it doesn't really matter. Just whack that on. It doesn't matter if the top cap doesn't fit properly, because that's literally just to hold your headset tight to stop that rattling and stop this all falling out. There we go, now that's all fastened back on there. You might be asking now, what do you do with the handlebars? Well, that's simple, because you're going to get yourself some masking tape or electrical tape, as I've got. Don't get duct tape, because what that'll do is it'll leave a horrible mark on your frame. And all you do is just grab these, and I'm going to put mine on there. That's it for the handlebars. They're all out the way. They are safely up against the bike. They're not going to get damaged. You can always put something behind, behind the stem to stop it whacking the frame too hard, but they're taped on. They shouldn't be going anywhere. And your headset's looked after because you've got your spare stem on. The next thing I'm going to remove is the front wheel. There's my hub and there's my bag for the wheel, so let's get them things packed. The handlebars are off and they're safely protected. The front wheel is out and that's safely protected in the bag, and the forks are also safely protected because I've got the hub in there and that will stop any bending. The next thing that I'm going to remove is the pedals. There we have it, the pedals are off now, and I'm just going to pop them down there because, believe it or not, that bike is almost ready to go in the bag. I like to put my leg pads over it because they have to go in the bag anyway, so you might as well make extra use of them by using them as protection on your bike. So there we have it, the bike's all prepared for the bike bag. I'm going to take this off here quickly and just give you a quick rundown, a close-up of what I've done. So, like I was explaining, the forks, they're backwards, and I've got my padding, my ankle braces and my knee pads are on there, that protects them. And then I've got this old hub in there because that stops, if the bike gets thrown, it stops the forks closing up and any damage happening to the stanchion. I've got the old stem on because that saves leaving the handlebars on, and it saves resetting my bars. And my bars are under the knee pads now, so they can't go anywhere. There's no chance they can get bent, and they can't move against the frame. And then I used to have more of this blue padding, but I don't know where it's all gone. I just lost it, or it's broken or whatever. So that's all I've got. And then the pedals are out, and that is now ready to just drop in the bike bag. The bike is now in the bag. It's all safely protected, it can't get damaged, it stands up. It's easy to wheel like that because the wheels on this bag are this end there, and the bike it basically just stands itself up. So all I've got to do is just lift that, and I can just drag it along like that. I've got inner tubes. I don't know why I've got 27.51 in there. I'm not going to need that for this trip, but that's why I just carry everywhere. It's just got 2 inner tubes, and I'm also going to take a spare tyre because the back one's really bold. I've got a Racing Ralph with a 26-inch inner tube, so they're essentials to take. I've got my riding shoes, they'll also go in the bike bag. My helmet will go in there. I'm going to try and put that underneath the bike because this sort of area here, it's less likely to get hit, which will prevent that getting damaged. And then obviously pedals, you do not want to forget them, and Allen keys. So that's all the stuff that will go in the bag. I've got the pump actually even. I'm quickly going to run through my tool pouch, which this thing comes everywhere with me. It's really compact, it's super easy to carry around, and it's got everything that I would need in there, and basically gets me out of any dramas. So to start with, I've got the cable cutters because they always come in handy. I've also got a shock pump, which is used to pump up my suspension because you just never know when you might need that, and if anything happens and you haven't got one, you'd be really annoyed. I've got tyre levers, there we are, plenty of those. And I've got a spoke tool because riding on a street your wheels are always coming loose, so that's essential. And I've also got, that's not really essential to carry around, but that basically will take my sprocket off on the rear if I need to. And then in this compartment I've got spare chain because I run them really tight so my cranks don't spin, so it's quite high probability that it will snap. So spare one of those is essential, and a chain tool because you're not going to fit it without that. In here I've got a mini socket set which just compacts down like that. That's got a valve tool in it. I've also got star keys on there for my disc brake rotor bolts and for the little bolts to hold my front sprocket on. In here I have another random tyre lever, and I've got a crank tool because the Shimano Saint cranks have a little gold bolt which just threads on with this, finger tight, and then a bottom bracket tool. Now you've seen what goes in the bike bag as well as the bike. I'm going to load it in there, and then I'm going to go in the house and pack away my cameras and my other stuff. It's that simple to pack your bike into the bag for travelling, and once you've done it a few times you become really quick at it, which just makes life easier because either end, when you're leaving or arriving, you don't want to be spending too much time faffing around getting your bike in the bag. You just want to get it out and ride it. I'm back in the house now and I'm sorting through my GoPro gear and deciding what I want to take with me to film, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what is coming to Vegas. The camera that I'm going to be taking is the GoPro Hero 6 Black. I love this thing and it's what I film a lot of my videos on. That's going to be accompanied by the GoPro Karma Grip gimbal and the wearable bit as well. Moving on, I've got a packet of, they're just like there's a clip that goes around the handlebars and it's got some washers in there, so that's for clamping to tubing because I want to try and mount that to the handlebar whilst we're riding around to give you a cool view of what I'm seeing whilst I'm cruising about. So that can go in there. Next, you've got these things which they basically just clip onto the gimbal, which they're what make it wearable, so you can connect it to your chest mount or to your head or wherever you want to mount it. I have got a blue sleeve here which is like a lanyard sleeve, and the GoPro just goes in that, so if you're just being a tourist and cruising around for the day you can just very easily put it on there, and then your GoPro is there at your disposal as and when you'd like it. Battery pack, so that basically is just a charging pack which has 2 batteries in it, so they last ages anyway, but with that in your bag it's really small, takes up no space, basically makes it impossible to run out of batteries. Got the overhead mount, so that's the one that clips on here and then the GoPro looks down at you like that, so that's definitely coming with me because that looks really cool. That's going in the bag. This device here is a tie-on mount, so instead of the sticky one, that clips onto the vents of your helmet, and I use it for the front of the helmet, so like a view basically from your eyes, and then it's got like this pivot ball joint mount so you can easily adjust the GoPro. I like that because it means you've not got to put a sticky and have it on the front of your helmet all the time. You can just remove it, so that's definitely going in there for how I see it videos. That's the chosen camera angle that we use. Otherwise I've just got the normal hook mount for the chesty because that helps you get the position that you need for the GoPro for it to look cool. I've got a sticky that I'm not taking with me, so I don't know why that's out. There's a normal one there, so if I just want to clip it on my head then that can go on there, and that is about it. The other cool thing you might notice whilst I'm talking now is that it will all pack very neatly into this lovely GoPro case. and just zip up nice and easy. There we go. And that's hard, so everything is protected and you really can't go wrong. And all of that will pack into my GoPro Seeker bag, which is so sick, this thing. It's got, this is a bit of a product video now. It's got GoPro mounts there, so if you're just exploring for the day, like if we decide to go, I don't know, into the hills or over the mountains or deserts or whatever's nearby, you can even clip the gimbal on there so you get super stable footage. It's got mounts for a chesty mount, so as far as mounting cameras to this bag goes, it's absolutely ideal. Cool laptop bit, so I use that. I'll probably take this one on the plane with me tomorrow because my laptop can just go in there. There we are, complete. So all your gear is kept safe in this separate top compartment. You can fit more GoPros in there, so hopefully I'll have a 7 in there soon. And there we have it, all my camera equipment packed neatly into one bag, all safely, because it's the last thing that I really want to get damaged whilst I'm travelling. And on that note, that is the end of this video. It's a little bit different. I don't know if it would be cool. Let me know in the comments what you thought. If you don't like it, I won't do it again. I just thought it could be an interesting insight into the kind of things that I would take with me on a road trip, and a bit of sort of like a bit of an equipment check, so you guys can see what I'm using on a daily basis. So leave in the comments what you thought, and I'll see you guys in America.